like it goes back to her BDSM thing. Like there was a girl I dated in New York, and I just thought she was a regular chick, and then one day she comes home and she throws her bag down. I didn't notice it right away, but all her like leather. Yeah, she worked at a dungeon. So we're having sex, and then she starts like punching me, and I'm like, whoa, easy, and I'm like holding her wrist, and she's like, you fucking love. She had a weird day at work, I guess, and I was like, what are you doing? She's like, don't fucking lie, you love this shit. And I go, I actually don't love it, and he started crying, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And she tells me her story. She's like, look, I didn't tell you, but I work in an S&M dungeon, and like you said, she's like, they're usually like super rich, powerful guys, and it was in New York, and she goes, a lot of them are Hasidic Jews, where they have to be so straight in their community.
Well, that's the thing that people told me in the BDSM world, that they actually are more themselves in the BDSM world than they are day to day. Like day to day, they're putting on a facade and they're acting because they don't feel like they can be themselves in the outside world. This
was one of the best. I mean, I was like, this is unbelievable. So she had this one regular, and he had those long, what do you call those? The payas? Or
Yeah.
She had the long curly sideburn things.
Right.
And his thing would be to be tied up. And these, they grow these things because they're like, I don't forget what it means, but it's like holy or whatever.
Right.
So the guy's tied up, and then she starts yanking on him, and he's like, fuck you, bitch, leave my shit alone. And he gets so mad. He's like, I swear I'm going to fucking kill you. And she just yank on him and fuck with his curly cues. And then, at the end of the session, time's up. She'd be like, thanks, that was an awesome session today. And the guy creeped on her, and he followed her home to Brooklyn or something. And she caught him, and she's like, are you fucking kidding me? And he's like, I must worship you. You like treat me like such shit. Like I can't just be like one session. Like I need to be your like personal slave. And she's like, no, get out of here. I'm going to call the police. And she's
so fascinating.
And he's like, you have to let me, I'll do anything. And he like threw himself on the ground. She's like, you know what? It was like, the new IKEA just opened up in Brooklyn or something.
Right.
He's like, go buy me a new table at IKEA and carry it back over here. And he was like, I'll do it. So he like ran, got a table, and was like, I don't know how many miles, and then carried it back to her house. And she's like, I don't want that table. You got to throw it away. I don't want that table anymore. And he's like, what? Are you kidding me? But this is what he wanted. And she goes, you're my fucking table now. And he's like, what are you talking about? He's like, you're my table.
Right.
And so he went upstairs and went on his hands and knees, and she put a glass thing on him and she's like, you will never move until I tell you to move. And the guy was just the fucking table, and he was just like, wanted to be humiliated, and I don't know how that story ended, but I was like,
no, but I was hearing those kinds of stories too, that people just for some reason, and the most powerful people like derive the most pleasure from, like they get so turned on, they don't even have to have sex. Like the chicken guy, they didn't even have sex. He just dressed up as a chicken. She would humiliate him, and then that would be the end of their session.